Welcome or welcome back. You already know that my name is Lightworker Whit, and I'm so excited to get into your May forecast for 2025. Now, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I feel like I say that every month, but you know, I'm growing and learning as I go to make this more efficient as I am building this YouTube channel. So I really like what I did for the rest of April forecast, where I pre-shuffled everything and then I started recording. I think I'm going to do that again as well, just to cut out a little bit of the fluff. And I don't know if you guys like that time. In my head, it makes it more real and more one-on-one to see me shuffle in the moment. But because I have so many videos to export, it's more video content that needs to get exported. And the lengthier the video is, the longer it takes to export. And I'm just interested in seeing how much smoothly this might go for me if I shuffle your cards in advance and jump right into each section. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I feel like I've built up enough trust at this point for you to know that I'm not just like plucking random cards to make a reading. That's the other part of why I used to let you see me shuffle, so you know I'm not like making anything up. But I think we have enough trust at this point. I think we're there. I would like to believe so anyway. And that is what I'm going to be doing. So with that being said, I want us to be able to kind of just get a moment of grounding, and we will do that in a moment. Just so you can still set your intentions for each section, all right? So if you don't know what we're gonna get into, we're going to get into your monthly forecast overall, where we're looking at the month of May in advance, right? What to expect and how it's gonna go for you. And then we're gonna look into your love life, love and relationships, what to expect, the unexpected theme of the month. And then we're going to do that same exact spread for your career and finances, what to expect, the unexpected theme of the month. I'm generally do pull the oracle card. I think we're going to work with spirit animal this month, so we'll get a spirit animal card. I usually like to pick them at the beginning. I'll read them at the end to give us a really good rounded out feeling of what May will bring for you. But before I get into our little grounding session, I want to personally thank my light keepers. If you're watching this in May, that means you. And so you should probably see the list of names and contributors here. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here and supporting this channel. This list is growing, and I really, really, really am so grateful for your engagement. And I look forward to the day where this list is a little bit too long, that it's a little bit too cumbersome to put all the names. Or maybe that I'll have to do like credits, like it's like a video. Well, we look forward to and manifest that, right? Thank you so much. If you're not a light keeper, but you'd like to be, the link should be in the description below so that you can get my monthly forecasts when they come out and not watch them after the month has already passed, because I make them available to the public after the month has already finished. So it's great to watch in hindsight, but if you want to get the information when it happens, go ahead and become a light keeper. If you happen to be watching this on mobile, YouTube does not have a join button, I don't believe, on my page. So that's why I put it in the description below, because it's not really easy to find how to join if you're on mobile. It's easier to find if you're on desktop, not so easy if you're on mobile, but I've tried to make it really easy for you, so it's simple. Okay, with that being said, grab your journal, okay? Get a journal, okay? I've got one here. One of my journals are here, by the way. If you don't know, one of my journals are here that you can get on Amazon. My words have power. That's really good. And I have another one that I think I gifted to a client, Incantations of a Creatrix. That one is a line journal as well. And then, of course, my Moon Manifestations journal is there as well. So check those out. But grab a journal. And before we get into this reading, let's go ahead and set an intention of what you are expecting, calling in, manifesting for the month of May. So I want you to just take a couple seconds to do that. Feel free to pause this video. So that way you know what your goal is. You're setting an intention in advance of hearing this reading, so that when you're listening to how to be guided for your specific manifestations and intentions. Does that make sense? So that way you take a little bit control over this collective reading. Does that make sense? So you can easily discern what's for you and what's not, okay? It's really, really important for me as a tarot reader to really enforce that you have free will. The information that myself or other people put out there, it's to help you, but you're ultimately the one that's in control. I do this for my own reading. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck that's about. And I move on, and sometimes it resonates, sometimes it doesn't. I think for one of my readings recently, I got the Tower, and I'm just like, great. I don't know what that is, but whatever. And it could be something really small or not. I don't know, but I'm not going to let it stress me. It could just be like a small change that I'm not expecting, right? So take some control. Take a deep breath. Release it. Amazing. Let's do one more. Feel free to pause the video here, and when you're ready, come back and I'll have your card shuffled for your monthly forecast. Cancer, I am absolutely playing myself right now because I'm actually really hot. And I'm drinking a hot coffee because why not? And I left my soda downstairs, whatever. It's a hot day, it's a warm day, and I don't think I have central air. I have AC units in both my living room and my bedroom, but I don't have an AC unit in this room, my office. Which is not a huge deal, but it's hot in here, and so now I kind of want to bring up a fan in here. So this is my first summer in this home, and now I'm like, I need to change my shirt. So if you hear the fan, I'm probably going to edit it out so you don't hear the fan as much, but I am hot. I'm hot. I'm going to have to change shirts at some point. You know what? I'm going to change shirts now. Whew, okay, that's a lot better. I had to bring up a different fan. It's a quieter fan. It's a larger fan. I got my soda. Okay, Cancer, here we go. I've already shuffled all your cards, so let's go ahead and start. Lovely. So a lot of dark energy. A lot of the cards feel very dark, feel very heavy. I always look at that when I'm looking into a reading. I always like to look at the, I guess, aura of a reading. Is it very bright? Is it very positive? Is it very happy? Or is it kind of dark? Now, that doesn't mean that there's an overall dark energy. That's not what I mean. It just happens to be the first thing I notice. Starting off the month of May, we've got Capricorn energy, the Devil. This represents attachments, unions, contracts, maybe not unions, contracts, that's more the Lovers, but I think of the Devil as willing attachments. I always think about it as job arrangements, because you're agreeing to a job, quid pro quo kind of thing to receive money, whatever. This is also about addictions, things that you can easily overindulge in, as well as addictions. Did I say that? Addictions and overindulging. And pleasure, that's what I meant to say, sorry. Pleasure as well. You might be starting off the month of May feeling very pleasurable, maybe, with a heightened sex drive, perhaps, if you're just in that bag, maybe. This is probably going to be one of the cards that I clarify, but I also represent or interpret the Devil as work. Capricorns are very hardworking, so I often look at the Devil card as work, like you're really trying to get the bag. You're focused on the grind, right? And I do have the 10 of Wands in the position of what to embrace. I'm skipping way ahead, but this is what to embrace. So I'm not surprised here if that is your energy of you're just trying to hustle, you're just trying to work, you're just trying to get your money out. Usually when the Devil is here, you are bringing in a lot of money, typically. But it feels like you're hustling, usually. All right. Theme of the month is Queen of Wands. Love the energy for you. Queen of Wands is charismatic. She's bright. She's energetic. People like her. They're attracted to her. It's also fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, in case there is a fire sign, masculine or feminine, that are heavily a part of your life. But the Queen of Wands is considered one of the manifestors next to the Magician of the tarot. She is able to call in and attract whatever she wants. She just kind of brings it to her. She's alluring. She's like, I want that. I'll have that. Thank you. You know, she kind of has that energy. So maybe a big manifesting month for you, Cancer. Key goals to pursue, 5 of Pentacles. Now, this to me is getting your finances together. 5 of Pentacles is like if your finances are not correct, if you're maybe starting the month with less than you need, this would be a really big month for you to pursue getting your finances together. 5 of Pentacles is about need, not having enough, feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold. Okay. And even if your finances are good, they're swell, there's no issues, this would be a message that maybe you need to seek help and support in some way. You need help or support in some way. One of the cards I like in the Chris Ann deck, the way she describes the 5 of Pentacles is like her head is down, but she's outside of like what looks like a bank. There's a key next to the door. She hasn't lifted her head to see that there's help available to her. She's a little bit too stuck in her sorrows and her woes to be aware. So be mindful if that is you. Are you too stuck in your sorrows to be aware of the help that is actually available to you? And it's not until we get to the 6 of Pentacles that you actually do receive that help, which I don't have in front of me, but that doesn't mean you won't receive help. Obstacle to overcome is 2 of Swords. Indecision of some sort. This is definitely going to be something I'm going to look into. You're weighing your options this month. The 2 of Swords can be very similar to the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is like you're fantasizing, you're playing with ideas of what's possible. 2 of Swords more so feels like a rock and a hard place. You're like, okay, I could do this or I could do that. I don't know which is best for me. Major accomplishment is 3 of Cups. Community, support, you know, gathering. Your people are rallying around you by the end of May. So whatever support you don't feel like you have right now, you will have by the end of May. Love this for you. 3 of Cups is also about playfulness. It's about, you know, having time with your friends and family. In a relationship sense, this could be that there's more playfulness and fun invited into a romantic relationship, perhaps. So that could be the message as well. It's very girls' night out. It's very like playfulness, sexy energy. In the Ethany Tarot, it's like, it looks kind of like girls like night out, but it almost looks like they're at a boudoir, like not a boudoir, but what is it called? What is it called? Not a speakeasy, but like one of those clubs where like burlesque, like a burlesque. Cause I'm like, what is it? Like the little things. I'm like, it almost looks like they're a burlesque club, but having fun, but it's like you're gonna have girls' night. So it's like a little bit fun, a little bit sexy, but like it's fun. Anyway. What to avoid is the Hermit. Now, this is your natural state of being. This does represent the sign of Virgo in case a Virgo is important to you. The Hermit is about being withdrawn, wanting to kind of be indoors and just kind of have time alone, seeking answers within. So I think your natural inclination, your natural vibe this month is like, let me just keep myself away. I don't want to put my burdens on people. I'll just stay away. But that's not really helping you this month, all right? It just isn't. I think there is a time and a place for that. I'm not going to lie, where you just kind of need to be alone and deal with your shit privately. But I don't think that's this month, in my opinion, Cancer. And again, what to embrace is the 10 of Wands. I'm just making sure I'm recording, which I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah. 10 of Wands, hard work, responsibility, carrying your load. You've got a lot on your plate, but usually with the 10 of Wands, you're carrying it well. Okay, you're able to handle it. You see he's not toppling over. Where to find support? The Justice card. This could be a Libra in your life. The Justice does represent Libras. This could be something with the legal system. Maybe you have some support from government or from any legal processes, contracts, agreements. This is also about karma, getting what you're due, getting what you're owed. So there's something that might work out in your favor. I don't even want to say might, especially because this is next to the Wheel of Fortune. There's something that is going to work out in your favor this month. Okay? Wheel of Fortune is advice and encouragement here. So there is some luck, something lining up for you, some maybe windfall, some stroke of fate, stroke of good fortune coming your way by the end of May. All right? All right, let's see what I want to clarify. And let this be a lesson. Don't ever throw out things that are functional. Okay? Like I definitely, when I moved, sorry, on a tangent. I know I'm preaching to the choir because cancers will hoard some shit, okay? I know my cancers. I know my audience. Cancers love to hoard, all right? But it's the crab, right? The crab, anyway. The hermit. So I knew I was moving to this place, but I knew it was quite large. So I was like, I don't know, even though there's AC units and there's heat, you never know. Sometimes you don't need to heat a whole house. Sometimes you don't need to cool a whole house. And I'm still really not sure about what's going on with the AC situation. I thought I had central air, but I could be wrong. I don't know. So I was like, I'm going to keep this fan because you just never know. It's like a standing fan and it is working right now. Okay. It is working. A little beat up. She's been through some stuff. But she's cooling a bitch down. And I run cold. So I'm shocked right now. It's because I was wearing that damn sweater. Okay. Clarify, please, the devil for Cancer at the beginning of May. The Lovers and gift. Okay. So maybe a couple is going to give you a gift or some support. Maybe a Capricorn is going to help you. The Lovers, again, like I said, is some sort of contract, perhaps. But also, like I said, maybe you're really like feeling very intimate and very like very heightened sexual energy. When the gift card usually appears, you should expect some sort of gift, usually, at the beginning of May. If you haven't already, there's usually some gift coming in with this card. Either from a couple, from potentially a Gemini. The Lovers represents Gemini. This is a Kipper deck, but I would extend that to this deck, that meaning to this deck. The Lovers, again, does represent contracts and unions. And I said, remember at the beginning, I was like, that's more the Lovers about contracts and unions and agreements. There's some agreement, there's some attachment here that's being offered to you. And I think you're taking it. But I think you just need to be careful to not take more than you need or to overindulge in whatever gift is being offered to you. Like, okay, that was something interesting that came through. Like, so I just got like an image of like a timeshare. Like, let's say somebody gifted you a timeshare. Like, oh, we have days that like we don't need right now and you can go and you can stay there, whatever. And maybe a couple says, as long as you need. And then your ass stays 3 fucking months. Bitch. Why are you staying in a timeshare for 3 fucking months? You on somebody else's dime. And I don't even know if that's possible because like for timeshares, people have to reserve the time, I think. I don't even know if people are still doing timeshares. Whatever. That feels like the dumbest thing in the world to me. I think maybe timeshares made sense a long, long time ago, but the way people's lives are right now, I don't think timeshares make sense. That's a topic for a never day. I'm never going to bring that topic up again, but whatever. All right, so theme of the month is Queen of Wands. Let's look into that. Please clarify Queen of Wands. Okay, mature woman here. So again, maybe this is about you maturing up. Maybe this is help from a mature fire sign woman that's helping you or aiding you in some way. Clarify Queen of Wands, theme of the month for Cancer. Something flipped over. The Six of Pentacles as I look. I be knowing. Somebody's helping you this month. Either a mature older woman, potentially a fire sign helping you. And maybe that they're not old, but they could be mature in energy. Okay? All right. Let's look into obstacle to overcome, or key goal to pursue. Excuse me, key goal to pursue for the Five of Pentacles for Cancer, please. King of Wands again. There is some fire sign energy that you need to be masculine or feminine. Think about who your fire signs are this month. They're going to be able to help you in some way. Back to the deck energy here, lovers again. Tell me again. I don't know why that's coming through. What? Tell me again, my baby, be lovers and friends. Clarify, key goal to pursue. And maybe going back to the meaning of key goal to pursue, the King of Wands, he's very creative. He's very much a leader. He knows what he wants. He knows what he's doing. He's able to rally the people. So maybe this is about you, Cancer, getting out of this like down popper energy into like somebody who's got their shit together, becoming a person of status. Clarify, key goal to pursue for Cancer. Distant horizons, again, maybe somebody from far away, somebody who's far who can help you. Sometimes when I look at this card, distant horizons, it comes up oftentimes in my readings that in ways that don't make a lot of sense. You're either connecting with people virtually overseas or in states away. There's some sort of distance here that's significant. Okay. All right. Where am I? I lost my place in the spread. Okay. Obstacle to overcome is the Two of Swords. Okay. So some indecision. So what I'm going to do, I want to see what jumps out on the left. Like, what is Cancer deciding between? I want to see what jumps out. Two cards that jump out, left and right. Okay. I know you can't see it, but just trust me. What is Cancer trying to decide between? First card, please. First thing that they're trying to decide on. Okay. Oh, actually, 2 came out. Okay. The 3 came out. We have well, I think this is helpful either way. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. We've got, okay. We've got the 4 of Cups, which is often a message of like you don't like what's being offered to you. I heard a tarot reader on YouTube recently explain it as, in the original card, his arms are folded and his legs are crossed. You're not taking what's offered and you're also not moving your legs. You're thinking about an offer. 8 of Pentacles, hard work, dedication, mastery, really getting to work, really grinding something out. Page of Swords, wanting to share your voice and your opinion about something, wanting to get the word out about something, wanting to maybe speak to an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay, so we have this very passive energy. We've got 8 of Pentacles and Page of Swords. Clarify obstacle to overcome for Cancer. Pathway. Duh, we know that. We know you're trying to find your path. We know that. Spirit, I'm sorry. Let me be respectful. Please help, Cancer. What's going on here? Coffin. Interesting. I feel like you're trying to decide if an idea is dead. I think that's good. I think you're trying to decide on whether something is a dead end. I think that there's something you want to work at, but I don't think you, Cancer, know if it will lead to results. You know, I just used ChatGPT for the first time today. I'm so serious. Everybody's always like, more and more people tell me in conversation, oh, I asked ChatGPT. I'm like, you really use that shit to like help your life? So I was like, you know what? Let me put it in for shits and giggles. And I really was asking some questions around my business. And I was like, this is actually solid fucking advice. And I really took it seriously. I took it so seriously. I was like, let me speak to ChatGPT like this is my financial fucking advisor. This is my situation, ChatGPT. What should I do? Very helpful. So I'm saying that to say maybe you should put your shit in a ChatGPT. I mean, I believe in my work and what I do, and I believe it's very helpful, but maybe if you need some practical advice, start there. I think there's a dead end that you're worried about. Clarify, please, the Two of Swords for Cancer. Two of Wands. This is about planning for the future. It feels like, Cancer, you're afraid to... All right. It feels like you have a plan, but you're afraid to talk about the plan, or you're afraid to ask someone for help. Like, I think you have an idea, but you don't really know how to go about it. You don't really know how, it's not even about how. You don't know if it's worth the risk, worth the ask. So I'm going to leave this right here because there's something you're going back and forth between. Let's just get one more card before we move on. Because official person just fell out. So maybe some administrative support that you need, like maybe wanting a loan. I'm just thinking of the fact that you have this Five of Pentacles here as your key goal to pursue. Okay, this is so fucking specific. All right. I don't know how many of you guys are history buffs, and I'm going to mess up the names, okay? I'm really going to mess up the names. I think his name was Prince Albert, okay? And this is true shit, all right? Queen Elizabeth, may she rest in peace, or whatever they say, long live the queen, I don't know. Her daddy, right? Remember her daddy? He had a brother. He was never even supposed to be king. Queen Elizabeth wasn't even supposed to be queen, okay? Because her uncle was supposed to be king. But her uncle then married somebody who was divorced, okay? He then fell in love with a woman who was French, I believe, and she then got divorced, and he was like, I'm so sorry, like, I love this woman, I'm gonna have to abdicate the throne so I can be with her. This motherfucker, and there's a lot of comedians that talk about this, it's like, wow, your pussy really has to be fire that you make a nigga, like, leave the fuck, stop, just not want to be the king of England. Like, that is some crazy ass pussy, all right? It just is. Sorry to be so vulgar. So he decides he don't want to be king of England no more. This is a true story. I'm so fucking for real. And so now because at that time in the early 1900s, it was unacceptable for the Queen of England to be a divorcee, and which is partly why, Harry marrying Meghan Markle was such a thing, because she is divorced. Wow. Okay. But now she ain't even in the family. So, okay. So fast forward, he was still getting a stipend, I believe. Okay. I got to fact check myself, but I think this is true. He was still getting a stipend from the throne. Like, I think he was still part of the royal family. He's had his like job or whatever, even though he's not, running the shit. He still got a little coin, because I remember, especially like in the show, I think there was some issue over like how much he was receiving, and I think he wanted an increase, and I think that was like a whole problem. They were like, bro, you wouldn't even, like, we shouldn't even be dealing with this, because you shouldn't even be asking for this. You decided to not be the king of England, so why are you even trying to ask for more money? Like, stop being ridiculous. The reason why I'm sharing this, Cancer, is because I feel like I'm looking at this official person, and I feel like that's the example Spirit just gave me. It was so specific. I don't know why. That like there is a family member or like somebody in some capacity that has a position to help you, but you don't want to ask. You just don't want to ask. Maybe it's pride. There's a song. I just heard Janae Aiko. Maybe your pride is just in the way. Nothing and everything changed. Once you got all that you wanted, Nothing was ever the same. What are the lyrics? I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you, I still want you. My singing has been really off lately. Oh, I still need you, I still need you, I don't need you, I don't need you, but I want you. Y'all know that song, right? Y'all know the song. I also don't remember the lyrics as per usual. Pocket that. We'll see what comes up in your career and finances or even in your love reading, okay? Major accomplishment, 3 of Cups. Let's see what is to be clarified there, Cancer. Queen of Pentacles. We've got Earth sign energy here, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But again, I think there's something to be, sometimes the 3 of Cups also is about celebrating. I think there's something about celebrating here. A promotion, a new job. Queen of Pentacles is very financially secure. She's got her shit handled. She's a working mom. Kids are good, the husband's good, the job is good, okay? By the end of May, you're going to figure it out. It's a little clunky, but you're going to figure it out. Let's look into what to avoid, clarify what to avoid. The Hermit. Okay, hard work and high honor. Okay, that's interesting. I don't really know that I understand that. Clarify the Hermit, please, for Cancer. Okay. Balance, holding back even though the Temperance is not, well, the Temperance is about moderation and also represents Sagittarius. The 9 of Pentacles here just flipped out. I don't understand. The Temperance is about compromise, yin and yang, balance, middle path, angelic help sometimes. I think this is about don't hide away from something or someone that can help you. Because I'm looking at the gesture here of the offer. Somebody's offering you help, but you're just like, oh no, I don't need it, I'm good. But you got ramen in the house, bitch. What the fuck? I don't care how broke I am. I'm never eating ramen because I have to. I don't care what bill's not getting paid. I'm never eating ramen because I have. And that, look, I could do a whole fucking book at some point about my financial trauma, okay? But there are some other moves I'm going to make first. I just never wanted to be a bitch where all my bills are paid, but I'm eating ramen. That's just not how I roll. No. That's me though, but I'm still working on my finances, okay? So anyway, let's keep going. What to embrace? Hard work, 10 of Wands. Clarify please this for Cancer. 5 of Swords and 9 of Cups. Your hard work is going to pay off. Whatever it is that you are actually working towards is going to pay off. The 5 of Swords is winning at all costs, doing whatever you need to do, stepping on people's necks if you need to. It's going to lead to a happy result. So I think too, going back to like, whatever, I think, remember I said, I think you're wondering if like something is a dead end. I don't know that it is. You were like wondering, oh, is this dead? Should I not? I don't know. Is it going to work? I kind of think you don't have a choice, Cancer. Whatever option is in your awareness right now, I think you kind of have to make it work. All right. And I'm really speaking generally here. I don't know your specific situation, so please receive and take what resonates right now. Know what's true for your story. Remember that we have where to find support, justice, Libra energy, and advice encouragement is Wheel of Fortune. So regardless, I'm confident that this month is ending on a high for you. All right. How you get there is going to be uncomfortable. I think there's a lot of things you have to decide for yourself of what you do and don't want to do. It seems like you might be in a place of survival or it's not, I don't even want to say for survival. I feel like you're being put in a corner. I feel like you're put in a corner, Cancer. But you will find a way out of the corner. All right, let me stop here. I'm going to clear, drop some comments below if that's resonating, and let's move on to your love and relationships. All right, Cancer. Definitely have some things I want to clarify here. As always, I'm going to try to interpret for people who are single and dating, and of course, in more committed relationships. What to expect, we have the Two of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, this is the card upright. This is the card reversed. The Two of Wands, again, is about planning. This is about, as you can see in this deck, this is a couple wanting to, what looks like setting up a date, or just kind of, like you can imagine maybe the conversation might be like, oh, let's try this restaurant, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is here. Second time Wheel of Fortune is out for you. Usually about good luck, good fortune, good karma. When it's reversed, a lot of times it's like you're gripping to control. Now, my first thought when I saw these two cards was honestly that like you might be expecting or planning to set up a date or to see someone, but with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, that maybe those plans don't come together. Maybe somebody cancels or changes the plans last minute. That's what I want to clarify, but I'll come back to. Unexpected is Page of Cups and the Sun reversed. Definitely going to be looking into the Sun reversed. It's interesting here in a love reading because the Page of Cups represents water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It also represents happy surprise. Especially too with the Sun, sometimes it can represent children. The Page of Cups represents children, but so does the Sun, as you can see with a child on it. The Sun typically represents happiness, joy, clarity, but also children and innocence. So I wonder if unexpectedly, not that I have the Empress here, I don't have the Empress here because I'm like, ooh, is this an unexpected pregnancy? And the Queen of Cups isn't here either. Sometimes people will look at the Page of Cups and Empress or Queen of, with the Page of Cups as a sign of a pregnancy. I don't think that's the message here, but possibly. I want to look into the Sun reverse because I feel like I'm missing a definition here. There definitely is something that is catching you by surprise, especially because this is in the position of the unexpected. It does feel like a happy surprise to me. I just don't know exactly in this moment in this reading how to receive the Sun reversed, because the Sun reversed typically represents something like maybe you're a little down, maybe you're a little sad, maybe something, maybe you're lacking clarity. So I'm not sure how to interpret that next to the Page of Cups here. We'll see. Theme of the month is 10 of Wands again, another repeating card. Whenever you guys see repeating cards in your reading, I want you to write those down and research them, okay? So that you can see, okay, why is this coming up multiple times for me in my reading this month? There's a lot of resources that you can use, but read multiple websites to see maybe which definition might resonate with you the most, and read upright and reversed meanings. Then we have your card here, the Chariot, which is moving forward, moving on, looking towards the future. This sometimes could be a message that a relationship is progressing, but it feels like you or someone that you're interested in or dating is very busy. Maybe your spouse is very busy. Going back to what to expect, it might be that you and your spouse had plans, you and your partner had plans, but with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like you have to change those plans now because of circumstances. I don't know. 9 of Swords here. There's a lot of fear and anxiety and worry in your relationship life right now. 6 of Pentacles here again. Needing to balance the energy given and received. Ace of Swords here, which is clarity, information, communication. And then 2 of Pentacles reverse, which is like a need to balance your priorities and your finances. Your back of the deck energy is 7 of Pentacles, right behind the 10 of Swords reverse. So it seems like if you are in a committed relationship, I would see this as like you have just gotten over a big fight. Like maybe it was almost over and maybe you moved on altogether. Maybe you're just like, you know what, fuck this. I'm just going to have to move on. And maybe that's why plans are canceled. Maybe that's why there's an unexpected surprise. But I'm not really feeling that it's definitely not going to be the majority either way. But I do feel like that might be some of your situations. All right, I want to talk about your oracle messages. We've got let your friends help you. Again, like receiving help. 6 of Pentacles is a big message this month. Letting your friends, remember 3 of Cups as well, a major accomplishment. You gotta let your friends help you somehow. Ask for and accept support from others. This card also talks about sometimes letting your friends like introduce you to people or setting you up on a date, stuff like that. Religious factors is coming out. Now the meaning of this card in general is like, maybe your partner might be of a different religion or have different beliefs, or maybe you guys are at different levels spiritually, but like you just have to be open, like focus on your values. Are your values the same? And try to focus on your values versus religion and letting that get in the way. I think that's a really cute message, but like at the end of the day, religion is really important to people. And if you don't have the same religion, it is really hard to grow a family if that's what you desire, if you guys have different religious beliefs. Like, I remember talking about with somebody once who knew like my work and what I do. I was like, listen, as a spiritualist, like it's really important to me that my kids will grow up in the church. It just is. I need them to have some sort of foundation, whether they stray from it or not, fine. But I identify as a Christian spiritualist. I want them to have that foundation of the gospel. I'm for sure going to teach them my beliefs and knowledge and information about New Age spirituality as well. But that, in my person that I was dating at the time completely agreed. They were like, yeah, for sure. Like, they're just going to have that foundation. I don't know how I'm going to explain what I do to the people in the church, but that's another obstacle for another day. What I also like is as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens, getting to know each other. Well, this is interesting because I'm like, I don't know that I see a new connection. Maybe with the Ace of Swords, maybe somebody's reaching out to you out of nowhere. Maybe somebody who was really busy. It might even be that somebody who's been really busy, you've decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm not going to continue to try to reschedule this person, and you move on. And I don't know why Spirit's bringing that to me. Okay, Spirit's giving me an example of somebody I was dating a long time ago. And I felt so bad because I'm very big on FaceTime calls when I was really dating a lot. And we had a good FaceTime call, but then I think we had another. And as I got to know him, we had set up a date, an in-person date. And I think I might have even rescheduled a couple phone dates. And I think I was supposed to get to him about my schedule. And at the time, I was still running my business. And it was really hard for me to date while I was also running my business because I felt like I had to prioritize like earning money over like going out on a date. It was a really interesting cycle that I was in. I really shouldn't have been dating to begin with, but whatever. So I felt bad because I like kept canceling on this guy. And he, I don't want to say he was a catch because I saw some yellow flags. I don't want to say they were red, but I saw some yellow flags. And I felt bad because I just kept rescheduling on him and I kept making it seem as if it was like me, like, oh, I'm so sorry, like I can't make it or I have to, whatever. I think I did it to him twice. And he got frustrated with me and he was like, I think he sent me like, he didn't send me a nasty message, but he was obviously annoyed. Which I get, and I felt bad. But I should have just told him I wasn't really I've lost interest. I really just was having a hard time to just tell him I've lost interest, which isn't like me. I kind of just felt like, though, I got to a point where I was a little bit too invested. I had talked to him enough where I felt really bad to be able to say, actually, I don't want to go on an in-person date with you. I was really avoiding that conversation. So why am I saying this? Because you might have been in a place, or you might be in a place where like somebody's like really, really busy and you're like that guy. You're like, you know what? Fuck this. This person's not making time for me. That's really what I was hoping he would just pick up on. Somebody who wants to see you is going to make time for you. They're going to make time for you. Just period. And if they don't respect your time and they're really not that interested. It's just a fact. It doesn't mean that they're not interested at all. They're just not that interested. Okay? So I feel like there might be some of that energy happening this month if you're dating and single, of like, you know what, I'm just going to move on because I'm tired of trying to beg for this person's time and attention. Even if you're married, you might be trying to get a date night with your partner and just trying to have some one-on-one time, and they're just super busy, or you're super busy and you're not making time, and it's frustrating your partner, vice versa. There needs to be some sort of give and take here in your love life, okay? Maybe letting your friends help you, let them know the situation, let them give you advice. Maybe. Going back to the religious factors card, I know I explained everything about the religion, but my point in me mentioning this card was that I actually think that this is more about your beliefs than anything else. I think your beliefs are affected, not necessarily about religion, but in general. You need to examine what are your limiting beliefs in your love life right now. And you can have limiting beliefs both while dating and as someone who's partnered. Are your limiting beliefs, my husband's never going to change. He's always been this way for 20 years. I know who he is. He's never going to change. He's never going to be the type to buy me flowers. Whatever your thing is. Well, guess what, boo? You keep affirming that. So guess what? He's never going to buy you flowers because you keep saying, oh, he's just not that type of guy. He's just never. Why not? You have to investigate the things that you are telling yourself that are manifesting in your 3D reality. Same thing for dating. Well, I just can't. Well, I hear it with Black women all the time. Well, Black men, I just struggle to find somebody on my level, and it's just so difficult, and I have to date outside of my race. Okay. Is that your truth, or is that... I struggle with this one personally because the statistics are statisticking. But I also believe in being a vibrational match to energy that you want to attract. So is that a limiting belief? So you're telling yourself that you have to date outside your race? Right? Or I have to date outside my race because I just haven't met somebody within my own race that I feel like I can connect to. And that can go beyond Black women too as well, right? I see it all the time with women of different races who feel like they need to date white. White is right. No shade to my white sisters, okay? But I see it all the time with minority women. Well, I just feel like it's just easier culturally, and it's just like it's hard to date somebody in my race because they don't get it, and we're not on the same level, and we don't have the same education, and we don't have... I think that's something you're telling yourself. But who the fuck am I, all right? Who the fuck am I? I'm just a tarot reader on the internet who's single, so... For now, okay, a bitch is building an empire, so hold on, wait till I get my man. Wait till I get my man, I'm gonna be sickening. I was asking ChatGPT, speaking of ChatGPT today, so I did this because a client I had earlier today had made me think about it. She asked ChatGPT, I didn't even know you could do this. She asked ChatGPT what her husband looks like based off her birth chart. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. But apparently you're not supposed to tell ChatGPT you're Black. Because if you do, then ChatGPT is going to start speaking to you differently. This is shit I heard on TikTok, okay? So I didn't tell ChatGPT that I was Black. Now, ChatGPT then showed me some motherfucker that looked like he belonged in the Hamptons, you know, brown hair with what looks like a cashmere sweater and a button-down polo or something. White man, brown hair, after little 5 o'clock shadow happening here. First of all, he looked like a wimp. I'm just like, ChatGPT, you really tried it. He looks like he came from money, which not mad at. But he looked like there's nothing about him that's really like I want to date somebody with a story, you know? I want to date somebody with a story. Where's the, you know? I'm a mess. So anyway, I'm saying this to say because, why am I saying this? I've actually forgotten. I asked ChatGPT, when am I supposed to meet my husband? And ChatGPT was like, well, bitch, based on your chart, basically you either ended or started a significant relationship between 2020 and 2023. And that is when I broke up with my longtime partner that I should have been married to by now if I had stayed on that track. But I was like, not ChatGPT reading me from motherfucking filth right now. But it also made me think about, I'm like, In that time frame, there's only 2 men that I would even consider being a life partner. So we shall see. Da, 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 da. She's building an empire. Let's see what happens when the empire is built. Okay, let's see what happens when the empire is built. I want to confirm a couple things. Let's look at what to expect. Clarify what to expect in the love life for Cancer. The Fool, a new beginning. Wow. Okay, fresh start. Now, to be fair, this did flip out reversed. I'm not going to lie. This flipped out reversed. So it could be, again, I feel like there were plans made that are not coming together. Could you please clarify what to expect for Cancer, please? 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Legacy, wealth, abundance. Oh, I gotta sneeze. It's the fucking fan. It's the fucking fan. Thank you. You've been so helpful. But we're going to back you up now. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I think I sneezed right in my mic. Okay. 10 of Cups. Wow. Shit, Cancer. You just got the 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. I think this is about you planning a future with somebody. And maybe it's just not coming together how you want right now. Damn, I wasn't expecting that to be the clarification. Hold on. Let's look at the Wheel of Fortune reverse. Oh my God. We might need to turn this fan off now. It's me loving and hating a fan within 20 minutes. Oh God, okay. Oh, Wheel of Fortune, the Fool. A change in events requires you to step out into an unknown but exciting world. Okay. Oh, but now I'm hot again. Oh my God. Am I going through menopause? Oh, fuck. Let's just turn the fan down. It's the lights, Cancer. It's a lot. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. On the positive side, because with the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Fool flipping out, the 10s are about a cycle of completion, and the Fool is about a new beginning. On the positive side, the reverse Wheel of Fortune might mean that you are finally breaking a negative cycle that has been present in your life. Perhaps you have realized how your actions have created a repetitive situation and now ready to break free from the cycle. For some, this may flow naturally following a period of introspection and self-discovery. For others, things may need to hit rock bottom before you are ready to see what is no longer serving you, especially if the Devil or Tower is in your reading, which you had at the beginning of your reading, right? Wow. Okay, so that's good. Great. Let's look at the I want to look at the Sun reversed. Okay, I was just there. I was just at the Sun. Temperance. Okay. Remember, I want to look into the unexpected next to the Page of Cups. Okay. Nonetheless, the Sun is never a negative card, so this is only temporary. The obstacles you see can be easily removed if you put your mind to it. Too confident, too egotistical. I don't think that's the message. I don't think that's the message at all. Struggling to see the bright side of life? Maybe. Okay, hold on. Let's read these 2 paragraphs. The reverse Sun is calling to your inner child to come out and play. As adults, we get so lost in the hustle and bustle of everyday life that we forget how to have fun. But spend just a few minutes watching a kid play, and you will realize how wonderful and carefree life can be when you learn to let go of your worries and concerns. When you see the sun reversed in your tarot reading, see it as your permission slip to leave behind your work and responsibilities, even just for a moment, and play. Dance like no one is watching, sing like no one is listening, and let your heart and soul fly free. Okay, sure. We could take that message about, again, being playful, being fun. The sun reverse can mean you are struggling to see the bright side of life. You may have experienced setbacks that damage your enthusiasm and optimism and perhaps led you to question whether you can achieve what you set out to do. You may feel depressed or left out and are no longer enjoying what you are doing. Your direction and path ahead may appear clouded or distorted. I don't think that's a message. I think this is a message, Cancer, that you need to lighten the fuck up, or that you will lighten up unexpectedly. I think you've been prioritizing a few other things in your life with the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands here, the 2 of Pentacles reversed. I think you've been like focused on other things. Maybe you've been very ambitious, because the Chariot is like willpower, determination, like forward thinking. And I think you're being called to kind of just like have a little fun, have a little moment of playfulness, and have a little moment of fun. I want to read Getting to Know Each Other, then we're going to move on to your career and finances, okay? I don't know. Y'all are going to have to tell me if new love is coming on the scene. Oh, shit. Where's ABCDFG? Okay. Okay. The romance angels are guiding you to create intimacy with your partner by revealing your true feelings, your dreams and desires, and the other innermost aspects of yourselves. You discover commonalities and learn new ways of relating. If you are presently in a relationship, this card is a message of healing through honest dialogue. This is particularly true if you stuff down feelings instead of discussing them with your partner. Perhaps sitting together with a counselor will give you the strength and support to admit them. Regardless, this card clearly guides you toward holding deep and honest discussions for the benefit of your love life. Okay. I think you have to attack some limiting beliefs that you currently have about your love life as it is, and about your relationships. Your relationship or love life. One of the both, or one or the other. I knew a woman who is a Cancer, or she is a Cancer. And I remember I had a conversation with her a long time ago with my friends, and she was saying that like she feels like she can't date until her life is together. And while I understand and relate to that, there's like a limit. You want to have, because she wasn't somebody who was like unstable, right? And I think there's a difference between like wanting to have achieved, there's wanting to like, there's always room for growth and progression. And I think in her mind, she wanted her life to be like perfect so that like she could invite somebody into her life and like live happily ever after. But what my friends were trying to tell her that night was like, they were comparing her to me, which was great in the moment, but like in comparison, I had just started dating somebody who I liked, but ultimately he was never going to be the type of man that I was looking for ever. Sweet guy, Aries. You know, my Leo sun loves an Aries. But he was never going to be what I needed. And I was just like letting them know, like, well, it's fun. I don't know where it's going. I'm seeing where it is. And they were trying to encourage her. I think that was the main thing. She just like wasn't dating at all. And they were trying to encourage her to like get out there. Like they don't have to be the one, but just like, you know, get experience with dating. And like, you never know. Your life doesn't have to be perfect, but just get in the process. So maybe that's some advice you need to take right now, Cancer. Maybe if you're feeling like you're really ambitious and forward thinking and like you want to get your shit together before you start dating. I feel that, especially if you're in a space of like survival. But once you feel like you create some stability, I encourage you to open yourself up to connection and explore and see what's available to you. Okay? I know this was a little all over the place. But come back to it as you need to. That's why I bookmark these, so that you can come back to the section you want to listen to. So to summarize, Cancer, I think we're breaking a cycle, a negative cycle. We love that. With the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, maybe a fresh start, maybe a new beginning. You're having some playfulness. There is a lot of work to be had and done this month, maybe also in your love life, but also in your life overall. You're going to have to eliminate some fear, doubt, and worries and just match the energy you receive. Just match, like, just let that be your focal point this month. All you need to do is match the energy you receive. Let go of every fucking thing else, okay? Let go of everything else. Especially like, you know, as you start to date more, you like if you get to know somebody more, the more expectations you have, especially if it's new. Like at first you might not, at least I'm speaking for myself, I might not have any expectations at first. I'm just like, oh, we'll see, whatever. And then as the relationship grows, then I have expectations because of what this person has presented to me. So now I'm like, okay, they set a standard. So now that's what I'm giving back and what I'm living at. So when they start to deviate from that, that's when I get pissed off. I'm like, I'm annoyed. But the key there for myself and maybe also for you, if somebody starts to, just like how I was like rescheduling on that motherfucker a million times, when somebody starts to switch up their energy, trust it. Trust it. At this big age, I'm gonna be so for real. At this big age, if somebody starts to switch up and pull away from me, there is no conversation I need to have with you. There is no explanation that I need. I'm just gonna read your actions and I'm gonna take that for what it is. I even think at this point I might even block. And I've never really been that kind of girl. I'm so serious. Okay, Cancer. Wow. So y'all, I have no idea why, but is it Boys to Men is in my head? It's so hard to say goodbye. That is coming up in my head right now. In relation to your career and finances, I don't know what we're going through, but let's go ahead and get into it. All right. What to expect? The Devil and the Hangman again. Okay. The Devil is coming out here. Again, attachments, addictions, pleasures. The Hangman, feeling stuck, feeling like you need to slow down. Now, a lot of times when the Devil is reversed, you're releasing something. You're in a period where you're like, okay, I need to reset, I need to regroup, but you're also releasing an attachment to something. The devil is again Capricorn energy, but universally, usually when the Devil is reversed, you're releasing some sort of attachment to something or someone. Let's use the Kipper deck on that to see what that is for you. False person, somebody who maybe was shady, somebody who was lying, untrue, dishonest. But now that you release them, now you're stuck searching for answers. You're kind of like, okay, now what? Now fucking what? The unexpected is the Eight of Cups and the Moon reversed. The Eight of Cups is about isolation, walking away, needing time alone, trying to find your peace and your joy, walking away from an emotionally unfulfilling situation. The Moon, when it is reversed, represents clarity, okay? The Moon is typically about disillusionments, not being able to see the whole picture, similar to the Nine of Swords, where maybe you're addressing hidden fears and anxieties or under the surface. But when it is reversed, oftentimes the Moon is about things coming to light, things being revealed, and it also represents the sign of Pisces as well. So this could be walking away from a Pisces. There's definitely detachment happening here. Back of the deck energy is 10 of Cups reversed and 5 of Cups. Okay. So some sort of grief might have already happened by the time you're watching this, some sort of breakdown within your family or relationships. The Moon is also about deep intuition. I feel like unexpectedly, Cancer, you're having to walk away from a situation now that you see the full picture, but I feel like you already sensed this coming. I do think there is something around timing here, like maybe you didn't expect it to happen at this time. Theme of the month, Empress reversed. Maybe you're clinging on to something. I really didn't expect that to be here, though, with the Devil reversed. But the Empress is typically about motherhood. But when it's reversed, sometimes it represents clinging on. Sometimes it's a need to nurture yourself as well. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Very impatient for results. Very impatient for results. Four of Swords reversed. A lot of anxious energy. I'm really not surprised to see all this here, given that your key goal to pursue this month was the Five of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles reversed. I feel like you're working, but I'm just not sure that you're exerting your energy in the right direction. Knight of Pentacles is earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. When the Knight of Pentacles is reversed, sometimes it represents like you can be too fixated on one singular task versus like the big picture. It could also represent lack of discipline and disorganization. We do have the Six of Pentacles for the third time here. Giving and receiving help. Ace of Swords for the second time, needing clarity, lack of clarity rather. You need a lot of help this month. I don't know about a lot, but you need help. Period. There's a situation that you just don't know how to get yourself to where you want to be. You're impatient, you're frustrated, you're restless. You're purging. Okay, Spirit just gave me the example of like, imagine somebody purging their closet. I need all this stuff to go. Like, let's say you changed weight. Either you gained weight or you lost weight, and now you have to purge all your clothes. But now you have nothing to wear. And so now you're like scrambling. You're like, I have 2 articles of clothing. What now? Like, it's like you're getting rid of things, but now what you have is not enough. Does that make sense? Let's look at your oracle cards. And I know you're like, Whitney, what do? You need some help, bitch. You are not getting out of this situation by yourself. You're going to have to look at your resources to see where and how you can receive help. All right, the first one that came out was luck. It kind of like flew out, which I'm happy to see here. Your luck is about to change for the better. You could get a lucky break, some financial breakthrough. Anything you do now will be very prosperous for you. I love that because remember, we had the Wheel of Fortune for you in your advice and encouragement card. The Writer card came out. Your words have power to influence others. Find out how you can contribute. A career in social media management, book writing, content writing, or blogging could be for you. Use words and visualize it as you write them to manifest more money into your life. Work smart. Are you making it harder than it has to be? Sometimes the solutions are that simple. Perhaps it's time to clean house personally and professionally. To start with a clean palette, I would for sure agree with that. I feel like you're doing a lot of purging. Stick to basic needs when it comes to spending and put some money aside. Legal. You might have to take care of some legal matters related to financial issues. You could receive money from some kind of legal matter. This is a good time to handle any legal matters involving money. And lastly, options. Many opportunities are becoming available to you now or flooded by too many ideas. Do not get stuck in doubt when an offer presents itself. Seize the moment. Create multiple streams of income. I need advice for you. You know, it's making me feel like there's a deck. Let's get something from Crystal Spirits. I feel like there's a deck that I want that I can't really think of right now that I want for advice. I don't know where I put. I don't know if I saved it. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe if I saved it on Etsy. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing this. Fuck. Okay. I just shuffled this deck as if there's reversals, but this deck is not a type of deck for reverse or whatever. Now I'm going to have to go back to that later. What do you have for Cancer? What is their advice? What is the advice for Cancer? Hematite, which I do have because I finally got all my crystals. Hematite. It is hematite. Okay. It is usually a protection stone. Okay. But let's see what advice. Oh, you know what? I didn't get a crystal spirit. I was normally doing. Okay, let this be your oracle message then. Okay, we're just rolling with it. Everybody else got an oracle message, but it seems as though this is going to be your oracle message. I forgot to get that at the beginning of your reading, but that's okay. Okay, hematite. Essential meaning: becoming grounded, getting back to the earth, practically and centeredness balance, and calm. You are so much more than just your thoughts and feelings. You have a body to care for and a soul with a unique purpose. Hematite Spirit is here to remind you that you are a light being with a body that deserves to be honored and nourished. A body designed by the conscious universe to be in a world of sensations, from the smell of pine trees and rain to feel the a body designed by the conscious universe to be in a world of sensations, from the smell of pine trees and rain to the feel of tree bark under your fingertips. You are one with the earth and her creatures. Ground yourself there to feel a sense of well-being and relief from stress. Hold a furry creature and feel warm, softness, and the beating of her heart. Seek out physical affection, a massage, or body work, and if you can, walk outdoors in nature, feeling the sensation of the earth against your skin. Your scattered thoughts and turbulent emotions will calm down, and you will soon remember the beauty of your body in this world of the senses. I do feel that, and that's heavy on the Empress reverse of needing to nurture yourself, needing to get connected with earth, especially with the Four of Swords reverse. It's just so much anxiety, Cancer. Okay, here's a relationship message. Whew. Love is a verb expressed through loving actions. Hematite Spirit is calling you to take loving action today towards someone whom perhaps you have been taking for granted. Just a bit? Question mark. It's much too easy to forget people's wonderful qualities and all they give us, for our brains are designed to pay more attention to problems and dangers. Make a point today of expressing love and appreciation to others, from making love to your romantic partner to offering a thank you to a neighbor or doing something special for a friend to say, "I'm so glad you are in my life." Relationships are the foundation that supports you in turbulent times. Nourish them today. Here's a prosperity message. In all your financial and business dealings, be authentic and down to earth. Dreaming is good. It helps you to be creative and enthusiastic, but you also need to have a firm foundation for building wealth and sustaining the prosperity you desire. Hematite Spirit message to you regarding wealth and money is to be practical today. Go over your paperwork, check your investments, pay what you owe, and be respectful of the riches that come to you. Take a moment to feel grateful for all that you have and for all the help of Hematite Spirit, with its energy of groundedness in maintaining your prosperity so you can enjoy it for a long time to come. So basically be grateful and set up systems and responsibility. Don't be reckless with your money. Be grateful and don't be reckless with your money. The meditation message is, as we evolve on our earthly journey, we release what is no longer true for us, and we receive and integrate new information, thus becoming enlightened. Hematite is the stone that helps us take these new ways of thinking and being and ground them in our daily reality, bringing light to our lives and to those around us. I hope that was helpful, Cancer. So basically, regarding your career and finances, there's a lot of shit you're walking away from and letting go. I do think luck is on your side. I do think you are going to receive help, but it's just met with a lot of anxiety this month. And I'm gonna just be so for real, Cancer. I don't really think there's a lot. Like, I can sit here and say to you, babe, just like do your meditations and like, breathe, do your breath work, do your journaling, and that's cute. That's real cute. I'm gonna be so for real, and that's why you're following me, okay? Because I'm not gonna give, like, I'm a light worker, but I'm also gonna give it to you straight, babe. Sometimes you need a little crash out. I do feel like a little crash out is maybe necessary to purge everything that you're feeling. I'm not telling you to go off on people. Maybe have a little private crash out in your car, okay? But I do think there's some circumstances here that have got you feeling really at your wit's end, because it feels like you're in a state of scarcity and maybe even survival. I don't know to what extreme your situation is right now. I don't know if you're just, a payment or two late on your car note. I need you to know it's going to work out. I need you to know it's going to work out. Luck is on your side. You got to work smart. You have more options than you realize. You just need to take everything day by day. I also really want you to listen to some wealth and abundance meditations if you can, because what you need to do is, I'm being so for real. If you, whatever, I really don't know what your situation is. So What you need to do is you need to get to 51% positive thinking. You need to get to 51%. Because right now, if you're spiraling and you're just like, oh my God, nothing's working out, everything's going a mess, I'm going to be homeless, and what's going to happen with my dog, and oh my God, what are my parents going to think, and oh my God, my partner's going to leave me because I don't have anything. Like when you start getting to like 20% positive thoughts and 80% negative thoughts, you're just going to attract more bullshit. But if you can get to just 51, you know what? I don't know how it's all going to work out, but I know I'm going to be fine. You know what? I can't really see my way out of this right now, but at least I have really great friends. You know what? I don't really know how this is all going to work out, but I know there's a perfect opportunity lining up for me. It may feel hard to believe at first, but it'll snowball. And eventually you will attract more positive energy, people, and circumstances into your life because that is what you're fixated on. Okay? I'm not telling you this to be a fucking asshole. I just told you that journaling is cute, but that's really not going to get you what you need. Your mindset is what's going to get you what you need. Okay? Do the journaling, do the breath work, do the yoga, because it does help, but you got to get your mind right. If you do not get your mind right, you're fucked. I'm so serious. I'm so serious, Cancer. Very, very serious. You have got to get your mind right. So listen to the affirmations. I want you to go to, there's like millions of sleep meditations on YouTube that you can listen to that just like infuse positive thinking while you sleep. You can do it while you're in the shower. Find a few that you like. You need, like, I really literally want you to brainwash yourself. I want you to brainwash yourself. You guys know that I love Cutie Meditations. I think I'm going to promote her channel on my page because I love her channel so much. I think I'm really going to feature it on my page because you can feature certain channels. And even though I don't get anything from promoting her, I just think she has a lot. I just love what she makes. So look her up, Cutie Meditations. She has a lot of subliminal music that I like, that I think will be helpful to you. Play it over and over and over again. Let it be a new morning ritual. You wake up and you play that shit. You play it. You play the abundance music. You play let it get stuck in your head. Let it get seeped into your fucking aura and energy field. And please know that when you do this, there's certain energy that has to play out, Cancer. Like let's say like tomorrow you start listening to like abundance music and meditation affirmations, but then like you get a flat tire and like, fuck, oh my God, now I need a tire. And you're like, it's not working. No, it's not that it's not working. It's just that you have put out a lot of negative energy that has to play out. It's got to play out now until the universe can catch up with your positive thinking. Okay? Telling you what I know. Cancer, I love you so much. I'm praying for you. Praying for you. Receive the help. Don't be too stubborn. Open your mouth. A closed mouth don't get fed. Let people know what your situation is so they can figure out how to help you if they can. But I'm confident and sure that things are going to work out for you by the end of the month. Come back in the comments and tell me so, because I know that's going to be possible for you. Okay? I love you so much. We're going to get through these 30 days. Okay?